My name is Bronwyn O'Brien. I'm the author of the book, The 7 Mountains of Influence. As an author, I've been asked various questions, so I thought I'd just answer them here. The first one I've been asked, why did I choose to write a book? This was what I would call one of God's sneaky projects. I didn't have any thoughts about writing a book. I'd been at a conference and there was a group of people and we're talking about, and the leader said, oh, if you were to write a book, what would you write about? So I just jotted something down on a piece of paper. I was willing to participate. And I listened to their information. It was quite interesting and I quite enjoyed it. And I didn't think anything more about that. However, over the next 3 or 4 weeks, I had 2 or 3 or 4, 3 people I think it was, that came up to me and said, after we'd been talking about different things, particularly things of the kingdom of God, and they said, you know, you should write a book. And one person looked me square in the face and said, you should write a book. And I thought, well, that was sort of interesting, but I didn't pursue that any further. But part of that initial conference, I was invited to a 3-day conference on how to write a book. So because I was invited, I thought, well, I'll go along and listen to all of the information, which was very, very good. Very much enjoyed it. Got a lot of good things out of it. And part of the discussion of that, if I was to write a book, what would I write about? So I had the previous thing written down and I had a bit of a discussion, and they said, well, if you want to write a book, we'll work with you and we'll actually publish it. And I was a bit like, I'd already said, God, if this is an idea from you, you get them to sort of say they want to publish my book. I'm just really not sold on this idea quite yet. And so there was a series of different things that came up, which was really the confirmation that God was saying, hey, write this book. There's also a lot more confirmation once I started writing it. So the question was, why did I choose to write a book? The short answer is, out of obedience to God's leading. That is why I have written this book. I will have a series of questions after this. Next video will answer another question. Until then, mountains of blessings to you.